Now for this hour, we start with Ukraine. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy has said that he plans to send the United States revised proposals in the near future on ending Russia's war with Ukraine, after meeting with European allies to strategize on their next steps. Zelensky has also emphasized that Kyiv wants to discuss the restoration of Ukraine as part of peace plan preparations with the US. Meanwhile, he has also noted that recent Russian strikes on Ukrainian energy infrastructure show Russia's unwillingness for peace talks. According to him, the United States has told Kyiv that it wants realistic security guarantees for the war-hit country as part of any US-backed peace deal. Now for this discussion, we welcome Professor Vasilin Popovsky. He's a professor and vice dean of Jindal Global Law School, joins us live from New Delhi. Thank you very much, Professor, for joining us again. Good to see you. Professor, what do you think, what alternative or changed proposals has Ukraine sent to US now?
Yes, Ukraine sent its position on the initial plan drafted by United States, and obviously some of the points were unacceptable. Among those, the territorial concessions. It cannot be done. Ukraine cannot concede any territory. It's against its own constitution, but it's also against international law. International law doesn't permit any territorial changes by force. What Russia wants is effectively violation of international law, violation of every principle of the United Nations Charter. This is unacceptable not only for Ukraine, but for every single member of the United Nations, and these are 193 countries in the world, by the way, including Russia and China and everybody else. So obviously this is what the new proposals are, deleting what is unacceptable in Ukraine and what is unacceptable in international law, and continuing the dialogue with reasonable proposals, for example, on the security guarantee for Ukraine, how the arrangements in Europe will develop after the war are very important issues, and these need to be discussed, but only together with Ukraine and together with the European partners. So in other words, any deal between Trump and Putin behind the scene is a no-go, is a non-starter. Well, they are trying to bribe each other. Russians are promising some business deals to Donald Trump, some money to Steve Witkoff, some access to the Arctic Sea, some energy sources in Siberia, and we don't really know why, what exactly. But this looks as a very nasty business deal that Americans and Russians are trying to play behind the back of the Ukrainians. And that's absolutely not acceptable. Ukraine and all the European partners make clear Ukrainian territory is not for bargain. Its security is not for bargain. And simply Donald Trump must understand that he cannot do deals behind the Ukrainians' back. Effectively, what he says is very funny, because Donald Trump wants to pay 0 penny to Ukraine, and he denies any assistance to Ukraine. But on another hand, when it comes to taking part of the cake after the peace, he wants to be first to sit on the table and to grab as many billions as he wants. That doesn't work. That's silly, that's ridiculous. Donald has no power here to influence the decision if he continues the same way as with the 28 points plan.
Right. With that, I would like to thank Professor Vasilin Popovsky for joining us today and sharing that insight. Please stay with us as we come back to you for our next discussion as well. Now, we stay on this topic.